and gentlemen, I would like to thank the ALS Association for the privilege of addressing this room of courageous individuals who have come to Washington, D.C. to ensure the voice of the ALS community is heard loud and clear. Greetings to President Gilbert, the Executive Board, and the members of the Public Policy staff. A special thanks to Kathy Cromer for making sure we were taken care of. There is one other special person I would like to thank for his courage and tenacity. My brother from another mother, Steve Neeson. I'm honored to share this platform with a warrior who refuses to give into his circumstance. Thank you for this opportunity. John 15:16 reads, "You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and I have appointed you that you may go and bear fruit, and keep on bearing, and that your fruit may be lasting, so that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he may give it to you." I have been blessed to live an extraordinary life. Many wonder how can I smile and say that I am blessed despite of my current physical state. It all stems from knowing that God knew and predestined me to be great before my birth. Adversity can be a great teacher in life if we are willing to accept its teaching and learn from it. My physical limitations have forced me to examine my character, heart, and faith. What was real and what was fake became exposed by the light of truth. When I was diagnosed with ALS in May of 2007, my work came to a screeching halt. As many of my fellow pals in this room tonight, I was faced with the reality of my own mortality. Once my wife and I processed our options and had a good cry, we had a decision to make. How would we respond? In our darkest hour, we discovered that God had planted a root of resiliency that would not allow us to relinquish our destiny to ALS. We decided to fight for our family, for our marriage, and for our future. Before my ALS diagnosis, I used to enjoy eating the flower beds and doing things outside. One summer, I learned a great lesson from a pear tree in the courtyard of our home. When originally built the house, the tree was small and unobtrusive. As it continued to grow, its roots continued to expand and branches continued to grow until the tree became too large for our courtyard. Not only were the roots endangering our foundation, but the leaves would flood the gutters. We decided to remove the tree and called the tree service. Watching the dismantling of the pear tree was a thing of great precision and fascinated me. First, the workmen removed the branches one by one, each falling to the ground, disconnected from its life source. Then they cut the trunk in half, lowering the severed top half to the ground with ropes to ensure no damage to the house. Next, they cut the lower half of the trunk down, leaving only the base of trunk as the last thing to be removed, or so I thought. Lastly, the workers pulled out this huge stump grinder that would make them the tomb until a crowd. Okay, everybody may not have gotten that one. I'm dating myself. The stump grinder demolished the rest of the tree, sending wood chips and dust everywhere. The tree company cleaned up and left no evidence that the tree was ever there. A week or so passed, and I was back out in the yard again. When I looked at the section of mulch where the tree used to stand, I noticed a few sprouts breaking through the soil. Taking a closer look revealed that the root system of the tree still was sending nourishment to grow the tree, despite the many methodical circumstances that tried to destroy it. There was a root of resiliency that refused to let the tree die. I humbly submit to you this evening that the same root of resiliency that I discovered within that tree runs through me and throughout every person in this entire ballroom. A root of resiliency that has allowed you to stand firm and divide against ALS, despite of how the winds of adversity have tried to derail you. No matter what circumstances in life have tried to dismantle you, the root of resiliency has sustained you. The Bible says it this way in 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. We are edged and pressed on every side, troubled and oppressed in every way, but not cramped or crushed. We suffer embarrassments and are perplexed and unable to find a way out, but not driven to despair. We are pursued, persecuted, and hard-driven, but not deserted to stand alone. We are struck down to the ground, but never struck out and destroyed. Throughout my fulfilling and challenging life, I have been doubted, physically injured, mentally exhausted, and confined to a wheelchair. Through it all, being rooted and grounded in Jesus Christ has continued to nourish my spirit, allowing me to press forward to achieve all God called me to do, despite extenuating circumstances. Out of the way, Coach Chuck Pagano of the Indianapolis Colts said it, as he battled leukemia. We all have circumstances. Choose not to live in your circumstance, but live in your vision. Life's adversities serve a dual purpose: to refine us personally, and to give us experiential knowledge in serving others who may be walking the same journey. Our adversity is never just for us, but to bless others around us. That is why my wife and I started the Brigance Brigade, to whom much is given, much is expected. Over my life, I have come to learn that the most valuable things have no price tag on them: love, joy, peace, and help, to name a few. We are all conduits to give because we have been given. If we approach life with a closed-fist mentality, true, nothing will get away from us, but nothing will be able to enter our hands either. We are put on earth to serve others in some capacity. No adverse circumstance excuses us from that call. We have been given a platform to be world changers. This is the reason we have assembled in the nation's capital, to be world changers, to significantly impact the world around us by utilizing our circle of influence for the fight against ALS. Though it probably would have been understood if we chose to battle this disease privately, God's call to show His strength being made perfect in our weakness was greater than our privacy. As a result of stepping out in faith, many people have been equipped, encouraged, and empowered to live their lives despite being diagnosed with ALS. Because each of you have stepped out in faith, a light will be illuminated on Capitol Hill this week to light the path to a cure for ALS and a brighter future for those battling this horrific disease. In previous years, we have held an inspirational candlelight vigil to remember those we have lost and to remember why we are in this fight. Though the assignment is tough, we are the right people for the job. We possess an internal flame that will never be extinguished in memory of those we have lost. We possess an eternal flame that will burn brightly until we see a cure for ALS realized. The root of resiliency in you will sustain and enable you to do things far beyond what you may think you are capable of. It is not about you or me, or about our circumstances. It is about the call of God on our lives to be world changers and to influence the people and the world around us for the ALS community. I am honored to share this landmark occasion with you all. I pray you all keep the faith and keep fighting in hope. To every pal, family member, and advocate that has fought to ensure our rights and needs are not forgotten, thank you. Blessings to you all. Have a great evening and a very productive week. Good night.